Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Get into the game. Garden Schwartz Team Sales features fine products and apparel from Wilson, Schutt Sports, Speedline, and Russell Athletics. We offer custom embroidery and screen printing services for all of your school or club needs, from team uniforms to school leather jackets. Specializing in all sports and serving all communities, from big schools to small schools, from up north to down south, or all points in between, Garden Schwartz Team Sales has the products and professional services you'll need to be your best. For great prices, friendly staff, and quality products, call Garden Schwartz Team Sales today at 1-800-880-7767. That's 1-800-880-7767. Since 1939, Garden Schwartz Team Sales is a proud supporter of New Mexico youth athletics.
Welcome back to Soccer Talk with the Soul, brought to you by NM Pinion Coffee. And now, always our busiest segment is our In the Community segment, brought to you by Star Brothers Brewing. Larry and Ron are back. Let's talk year in review, fellas. It's been a very busy year.
It's been fun, hasn't it?
It's, you know, what started out as just wanting higher level of soccer sure has become work, man.
Yeah.
We're busier than I think we've ever been. And it just,
we talk
awesome.
about it. It's almost like, you know, within the next year or two, you're going to see 3 or 4 full-time businesses that fall under the Soul umbrella. One of the biggest accomplishments of the year, I think, is getting our 501c3 paperwork approved by the state. So our foundation now has a 501c3 granted to them. So that's when we're going to start working in the community. And I'll let Larry talk a little bit more about that and what that does.
Yeah, you know, we determined that we're going to have 3 initiatives through the foundation. We're a sports team, so we're going to do some sort of health and wellness. We haven't identified what it is. We want to do something very New Mexican. It seems like everyone wants to do childhood obesity or type 2 diabetes, and so we want to do something different, but that's very, you know, maybe it's some child malnutrition, something that's very New Mexican. Secondly, we're looking at partnering with the U.S. Soccer Foundation and doing what's called Safe Places to Play. Real cool program. You take dilapidated tennis courts, basketball courts, you come in, resurface them, refence them, relight them, rebrand them, and let kids go out and play soccer on them. You know, we're looking at probably trying to do 2 of those this year, which should be a lot of fun. And then the third one is going to be really important to us. We're going to start really working on doing some financial literacy, getting into using soccer as the shiny object, getting, you know, the ability to talk to a large group of kids and their parents, talking to them about financial literacy. We've all seen those commercials now that talk about even a kid that saves $500 has a higher likelihood of graduating from college. We need that in our state. And the only way we're going to make a difference, and we've said this is our foundation tagline from the get-go, the difference between who we are and who we want to be is what we do. And so we're going to make that our mission.
And a lot of it comes down to the parents, too, and a lot of parents don't know how to properly save money. So a lot of our financial literacy stuff will, you know, picture, we haven't quite figured out everything we're going to do, but you take a free soccer camp in an area that really needs some attention, and the kids come out, and while the kids are playing soccer, we're talking to the parents about getting this financial literacy training for their kids and for them. And then if they complete the program, we'll have partners that will actually fund a bank account for the kid for completing the program. So it's pretty cool stuff.
Where in the process does Ron run for mayor?
Not a politician.
I don't know.
I'm a soccer guy. I'm a fan and a businessman. I'm not a coach and I'm not a politician.
Okay, so let's get it back onto the pitch.
Yep.
I think we can all agree that the highlight of the season was definitely that PDL goal of the month in July.
That was pretty cool. We had, I think, 1,400 votes from our fans. We went on the PDL site or through the Facebook and through the PDL site to show that goal. It was a beautiful goal that Isaiah Madrid had set up.
So let's take another look at it, actually. Adam and I had the privilege of calling this.
Here's Madrid.
It was against the Mobsters. It was at UNM. Look at this.
Madrid will put it back across. The head is on, and there it is. 1-0, Jack Clancy.
I mean, it was, yeah, I remember calling that. And I remember I turned to Adam towards the break, and I just started following the PDL on Twitter and on Facebook. And I told Adam, I'm like, that goal is going to get replayed a lot.
The interesting part is the Isaiah, local kid, wherewithal. That pullback. I mean, that's a class move. Pull it, touch away. Head down and to play that ball. Far post. Just.
There's actually a really good picture on our Facebook page. We don't have it for J Pole today, but of actually Jack right after he scored the goal, he kind of fell down from the diving header and looked up, and the camera caught him like right as he looked up. It's a pretty cool shot that they got. But that was definitely a highlight. We were very humbled a couple weeks ago. We were in Tampa, Florida, for the AGM, the annual general meeting for the league, and we received 3 awards this year for our efforts on the business side. One was the new revenue generating idea, which was a monthly newsletter we're doing in breweries and coffee shops.
And the show.
They featured our TV show, which is a new way to attract new sponsors to the Soul by doing this show. I think we've got a picture of Todd Eason, the league commissioner, and I when we received one of these awards. We also got a couple of different awards for some other things, having our great static ad, which was a billboard done by Positive Energy Solar with us. And there was one other, Larry, I can't remember.
The commercial.
The commercial, the TV commercial we did with our digital agents here locally that showed during the Copa America and Euro 2016. So,
And of course, something big that's coming up is Boxing Day. That's huge in the soccer community.
yep, and
We have a little clip here, a little clip of what NBC is going to be doing for Boxing Day, and then we'll bring a guest talk about what we're doing for Boxing Day, right?
sounds good.
So, because Boxing Day is always huge in the soccer community. I know I always take that day off, just to watch soccer all day. So,
And we'll have it coming up right here. Let's get the ball there.
Jameson Caskmates presents Premier League Boxing Day, Monday morning on NBCSN.
that's going to be a great day. Are you a matchup guy, or are you a channel surfer guy on Boxing Day?
I will be tuning in at 8 o'clock to watch Manchester United for the full game. What I just determined earlier is that every time we start talking with Dan Lodge and Ron's always on the segment with him, and I never get to give my piece about Manchester United. It's always Liverpool and Arsenal, Liverpool and Arsenal. So I want to get on there.
Well, maybe if your manager learned how to treat Germans right, I could make some changes and pull some strings.
So, Boxing Day, I will be watching Man U, and then the rest of the time I'll be surfing.
So now we're joined now by Fabian Carbajal, who he's going to talk about some Boxing Day activities we have coming up. And why don't you go through that?
Yeah, so basically December 26th at the International Indoor Soccer Arena, you guys are all invited to come down. We're going to have a little Matchbox event, which is going to have FIFA tournaments, pickup games all day. And is there anything else going on that day, Lencho?
Come in, have lunch. Come in, watch some games, have a beer.
So talk about your facility, first of all, for those that don't know.
It's a great facility. I mean, you can come in and do anything from pickup games Wednesdays and Fridays. You can also sign up for any adult league, youth leagues at the moment are almost done. But just come down, and if you have any more questions, it's basically a place where you can just come make a team with your friends and sign up. It's about 6 players in the field, and you can have obviously a few more in the bench as well. You're definitely going to need them.
Now, were you involved in any way in escorting Larry from the premises last night?
I was. He was not happy. I wasn't really watching what was going on in the field because I was doing some cleaning. But when I looked up, I just see Larry getting held up by a few people. So yeah, I mean, knowing the guy, I knew how everything could get up really, really quickly. But he also control himself and just walked out of the facility in a nicely manner.
I was a little hot. I apologize, Fabian.
This
okay.
FIFA tournament is shaping up to be quite a thing, right, Larry?
Yeah, we have a few more slots, so guys, register as soon as you can. It's going to be interesting. We're doing World Cup format. Get to pick your team and move through it. So Monday, Boxing Day, a lot of fun. So next very cool activity after Boxing Day, January 7th.
Tryouts, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of ironic that we have Fabian here for talk about Boxing Day, but Fabian's one of our tryout stories. Fabian's got a great story and one that we love to tell about tryouts.
Well, let's let him tell it himself.
Yeah, let him tell it.
Well, I'm not sure what you tell people, but no. Well, basically, I heard about the Soul. It was the first year coming up, and I kind of went away from soccer since I last played in Mexico. So I said, why not? Let me go ahead and practice a little bit, train on my own, and see where it goes. I was just going there to have fun and have a good day at the tryouts. I ended up getting picked, and after that, just coming back, great coaching staff. The team was amazing. Just getting to play with all these guys who play at the college level, from a guy that wasn't even, you know what I mean? I only played 1 year of high school, and it was like my junior year I made JV. So like, anything can be possible, I guess, if you just put your mind into it. So it was a great experience after that.
So take us through that process of, maybe we have some locals here that played all 4 years of high school, and they think maybe that was the end of their soccer journey.
Yeah.
Talk about, really how they can continue and, the process of trying out.
I don't think it's the end at all if you really don't want it to be the end. So what I did on my own is a few months before the tryouts, I just got up from the couch, stopped watching soccer, and I went and played soccer. So basically a bunch of ball touches anywhere. I ran a few laps here and there, but mostly I think you just need to be confident with the ball, because the day of the tryouts, I could see the coaches were very attentive on how you touch the ball and just how long you take to get rid of that ball. You know what I mean? So just an upper level, because everybody wants to just show their skills and they take the ball and they dribble everybody. Yeah, it's okay, but then it's not good for the game. That's not how you play. I mean, I watch Barcelona and you see those guys play. They get 1-2 touches in and then they pass. And I feel like that's what I focused on, and that's what I did in the tryouts, and they liked it. And so yeah, just get as many ball touches as you can. Be confident with the ball in the air, in the ground. Get rid of it quick when you're doing the tryouts, just because your quality will be seen no matter what you do. So just get rid of the ball quick.
Fabian brings up a couple of interesting points. He talked about a couple of months before he got up off the couch and he showed up fit. That was one of the things that became very apparent to the coaches. And that's one of the things that they look for. You're going to try out for something that you technically want to take to another level. So the guys that show up fit get a much better look. Plus, all the things that he talked about, your first touch, getting off the ball, well, those get all affected by your fitness. So it's amazing how much of a part fitness plays into tryouts. And it was interesting because you start, I'm not part of the technical staff, but I give my opinion, and I go and I sit with them, and that was one of the first things that Coach Gordon said was, who is that? We had no idea. He had been off the radar. No one knew who he was, and the next thing you know, he's starting. We have 14 games, and I think he started 7 or 8 of them, until he got injured. That first year, it was incredible. So.
Well, Larry, talk about the logistics of the whole process. Who do people get in contact with? When is it? How many people are they competing against? Things like that.
Well, we have 2 sessions. Tryouts are January 7th. You have 2 sessions. You have a morning session and an afternoon session. You can go to Facebook and click on the link there. You can go to our website, click on the link there, and it'll take you to a registration page. And you can sign up for whichever one you want. We will try to, if we don't have as many numbers, I think we will, to fill both sessions, we'll combine them into one. From that process, it gets scaled down. The people that get selected will come back on Sunday to play against some existing players that will be returning for the Soul and the guys that are coming back from college. So it's a great experience. It really is.
And where does that take place? Did you say? I'm sorry.
Trials will be held at St. Pius.
St. Pius. Okay.
Yeah. And I believe the morning session is from 10 until 2, or I'm sorry, 10 until noon, and then the afternoon sessions from 1 to 3.
So just in closing, do you have a highlight of the season that you can point to as in your position as the team general manager?
You know, for me, the interesting part was, a lot of you don't know this, but Ron sold his business last year, and he had been trying to figure out what it was that he was going to exactly do for his next chapter. And so the exciting part for me, the big win this year was having Ron come on full time, and much like going back, we're able to conquer more as with 4 hands instead of 2.
And we have a video about that, do we not? About kind of what.
Well, yeah, I mean, as a result, we participated in the Rise of the Rest. I mean, that's Steve Case, the AOL, one of the AOL founders, and there was eight companies selected from Albuquerque to enter into competition for $100,000.
So let's take a look at this What We Are Building Soul video that I think really kind of explains things nicely about what you guys are trying to accomplish.
We are a soccer company, but that's kind of our disguise. We're community builders. We're here to elevate the city of Albuquerque and the state of New Mexico through the game of soccer. I think one of the things we talk about all the time is Albuquerque, we're a soccer town, we just don't know it yet. And it's kind of our job to help portray that message. We're the evangelists of the sport that is going to bring the community together because it's done this all over the world, all over the country now, and now we want to do it here in our favorite city. I just got to pitch to Steve Case, the billionaire investor, or the billionaire founder, sorry, of AOL, and it was nothing short of invigorating. It was a chance to not only just show what we're doing to our entire city, but to high-level investors from all over the country so they could see that, look, there's serious stuff going on in Albuquerque.
All about. Hey, real quick before we go, I want to give a shout out to Tatiana Limon of St. Pius High School for her All-American honors, right? There's a lot of soccer stars in the community. I'm sure you guys will all agree on that.
Absolutely.
So this is our year-end episode. We got the whole team back with us. You've been watching Soccer Talk with the Soul.
Let's not forget the team back
Jason
there.
Pohl, Alden Iowani, Josh Brown in the back there, and the whole team. We want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays from the Soul. You've been watching Soccer Talk, brought to you by New Mexico Pinon Coffee.
See you in 2017.
See you next year.